What's up, everyone? After streaming Attack on Titan for like almost 100 hours or over 100 hours, right? At this point, let me check. I'm positive it's over 100 hours. 118 hours. Uh, I've gotten a lot of common questions that I feel like I have answered multiple times every time I go live. Uh, but instead of repeating it every single day to viewers that join in the stream, I thought I would make, I guess, a tutorial, a beginner's tutorial, for all the questions that I've been receiving, just to answer everyone's questions. And then I can just have something to point towards, whenever somebody asks me, I could just be like, oh, check out the video. I'm gonna upload this to YouTube and TikTok. Follow me on both if you can, and on Twitch. It's all the same, under the same username, SilverSoju. But yeah. So whether you're new or just struggling to progress, I feel like this video will be a good resource to have. We'll start off with the easiest stuff first, or just the things that you can do right before you even start playing. So up here, top right corner, there's this little add button, and this basically just brings up all the developers and the mods that are responsible for creating this game. And you receive these permanent XP, gold, and luck boosts just by following them. So I would definitely recommend you guys do this. You just search them on the Roblox search engine, and then you follow them. I did them all in one go, and then I came back to the game, and then I just verified. Each verification has a little bit of a cooldown, so you'll verify, and then you have to wait a little bit, then you'll verify. It didn't take too long. It was like in the span of like 5 minutes, roughly. But yeah, this is something you want to do. I took a screenshot of everybody's name, and then I just followed them. That helped me get through it real quick. And I guess the next thing, the gacha system in this game, you actually exposed to it pretty early, unlike other games. It's in the customization under family down here. Once you've customized, you'll get to go down here. They'll start you off with 10 rolls. Honestly, those 10 rolls are not going to get you anything. Don't re-roll your account. It's not worth it. The freaking rates are complete dog water. But yeah, I just wanted to, I guess, say on the weekends you do get a 2 times family boost rate. So instead of 2.5, it's 0.05. Sorry, 0.025. Instead of 0.025, it's 0.05, which is still pretty freaking low, compared to, because so there's like items you can get in certain quests, and I have never received them, and those items have a higher rate than this mythical family. So that goes to show, put you in perspective. I played for 100 hours. I have like over 2,000 quests done, and I haven't received the item that has a higher rate than this. So yeah. That definitely puts it into perspective. But my biggest advice is, don't focus on families too early on. The gacha system is like a complete scam. I've seen people do like 3,000 spins and not get anything. And the only families worth getting are the mythic families. Legendaries are kind of ass unless you want something very specific. Epic families are also ass unless you want, again, something very specific. And then rare and common are just like garbage. But yeah, trust me, I've seen it happen. I've quit the game. Many people have quit the game because of the clans, because you focus too much on them. They're not worth it. The chances are so low. Like, this gacha system is so bad. The rolling system is so bad. Like, it takes almost an hour to get through 1,000 spins, if not more. And then they have like it's just bad. It's really bad. But yeah, I'm rocking with Leonhardt. It works for me. It gives me the family Titan skill um, for the female Titan, and it's an epic, so didn't really have to roll too much to get it. Um, Again, don't spend Robux on spins. That is complete utter scam. Save your gems. There are better things to buy in the shop, which I'll mention later. The AFK zone. I use the AFK zone when I go to sleep or when I'm not playing. I usually just leave my computer on and you put it on this screen and then you passively gain gold and gems. That's the AFK zone. The amount you receive does go up by your level and your prestige because, you know, when you prestige, you can go a higher level. And I guess that brings us into prestiging. It's under equipment. Prestige right there. So prestiging. Basically, this is a rebirth for your character. Once you reach your max level of your current prestige, which at prestige 0, it's level 100. Prestige 1, it's level 125. Prestige 2 is level 150. And prestige 3 is 175. To get to the next prestige, basically. Yeah. What you unlock from prestiging is, for one, at prestige 1 you unlock the ability to trade cosmetics. At prestige 2 you unlock the ability to trade perks, and at prestige 3 you unlock the ability to trade Titan serums and families. But as well, you unlock memories. Memories are passive buffs. There's some pretty good ones, and this is pretty good as well. It's ranked as a 2-star, but I feel like it definitely helps a lot with getting gems and stuff from the AFK zone and from doing missions for a really long time. This is good for support, but in general, you're gonna get pretty bad ones. I've gotten so many bad ones. It's not even funny. Like, the only thing that's helping my DPS is probably this Apotheosis, but you can check out my build to go see that if you want more details on that. But yeah, that's basically it for prestiging. You also get when you prestige, you go into the paths, and then you get the option between luck, a permanent luck boost, a permanent gold boost, and a permanent XP boost. Always go for the permanent luck boost, because obviously gold, you can always use a 2x booster if you really want gold. And the way gold works in this game is you use that to upgrade your weapons, and that's it. Upgrade your weapons, basically upgrade everything. Upgrade perks, upgrade skill tree. But to a certain point, gold stops becoming valuable, especially after you prestige. So once you get to like the maximum prestige, gold gets transferred to gems, which is great, but this can only happen when you prestige. And at a certain point, you're gonna reach a max prestige and gold is gonna be useless. Does that make sense? So it's not worth it to go for the gold modifiers, because they also have a cap for how much gold can be converted to gems. So it's like, there's no point in getting the modifiers for gold. And then the XP, again, you'll reach a certain point where you're not even farming XP anymore. So it's like, that's a waste. You're not using it. The only thing you are utilizing always is luck, because every item that you do a quest for, you do a raid for, there's always an RNG factor. It's always luck. So yeah, keep that in mind. When prestiging, always go with luck. The other ones make 0 sense to go for. And another thing with prestiging, it lets you get more levels, which then gives you more skill points to upgrade your skill tree. At prestige 3, I'm able to max everything out because I don't have a mythic family. But if I did have a mythic family, then I would need to go to prestige 4 in order to unlock more slots or more perks, because it does get pretty pricey. But yeah, each prestige adds 25 levels. So that's why you get 25 more, or roughly 25 more skill points to invest into your skill tree every time you prestige. Oh, and the when you prestige, you can re-roll your memories because these are randomized. And by doing that, you use prestige scrolls, but the scrolls are pretty hard to come by. So I wouldn't recommend you re-roll your memories until you're at least prestige 2, so you can have 2 unlocked memories, so you can, pick which one you decide to re-roll. And if you get a good one, you can just, keep re-rolling. But you could keep the good one and then re-roll the bad ones. But okay. So a lot of people have also asked me, here's a question that I get a lot, is why haven't I prestiged? I'm prestige 3, 175, max leveled. Why don't I prestige a prestige 4? And I've answered it quite a lot. But I'll just answer it here just so people don't ask me anymore. So, like I said earlier, prestiging. The only rewards you get from it are another memory slot, which is great. Obviously, it's not the biggest thing in the world, but it's great. You get more levels to upgrade your skill tree. But as you can see, my skill tree is already maxed out. And a permanent luck, gold, or XP boost. Always pick luck, but yeah, it's not too big. It's a pretty small boost, but it makes a difference. And I always say in response, there's no point. I already have everything. I have 3 memory slots, and most of them are not that great for my build anyways. So why would I want a 4th one that I just gonna have another shitty memory slot in? So I don't mind staying at this level. I'm stronger than most maxed out people because I'm guessing they just don't work on their builds too much. And I have all my stuff maxed out. I don't need any more levels. But I am going to prestige. It's just I'm trying to max out my gold to that 500 million cap to be converted to gems once I do prestige, because that's the only incentive I personally have, is getting the most gems from my prestige converted once I prestige, because that's the only thing that's really of value to me right now, and that's and that makes that prestige worth it. Does that make sense? I hope that does. It converts at a rate of 1,000 to 1. So at 500 million, I'll get 500,000 gems. Whereas if I were to prestige now, I'd only get 100,000 gems. And for what reason, I had no reason to prestige. I could have kept grinding. I'm gonna keep grinding anyways. Once if I do prestige now, I'm just gonna grind again, So I hope that makes sense. Let's go into how this game works. So the way that this game works, this is Attack on Titan Revolution. It's a game experience, quotation, on Roblox that is basically structured how Monster Hunter is, except for, the bosses and the mobs are not really as well made. The boss mechanics are pretty bad. They're basically all just punching bags. There's no skill required at all, unlike Monster Hunter. But the only similarities is in Monster Hunter, you post a quest, people can join in the lobby. Your quest. It's not really an open world. You can't queue up for anything. It's just basically like you're playing Monster Hunter with a group of friends, without the cool bosses with mechanics and stuff. So I guess the way grades work, it's kind of like Monster Hunter a little bit, but instead of hunter ranks, it's just grades. The grade goes up by the level of your weapon. Obviously, when you start off, you're going to be doing easy. And you're going to pretty easily go up to normal, E+. But this is where the big jump happens, where it takes a pretty long while to get to hard, and then it's even worse to get from hard to severe, just because of the gaps. Because it goes up by letter grade, so there's an E-, there's an E with no sign, and then there's a positive, and then there's D-, D with no sign, D positive, and then from D positive you go to C minus, C no sign, C positive, and then B minus. So it's really bad going from hard to severe. You're gonna be stuck in hard for a little while. And then severe Tabarin is actually not too bad. Since you're getting decent amount of gold, you're upgrading your stuff a lot easier, a lot more effectively. Yeah, so I guess we can go to weapons now, just so I can show you how do you get your grades up. So you're gonna be on blades. I would recommend you start. So basically, how you upgrade your grade is this is the overall grade right here. It's gonna be in parentheses up here. The way it works is mine's already maxed out, but there's gonna be a button here that you press to spend gold in order to upgrade a stat. I usually prioritize damage, then ODM gas, then range, then speed. And then I go back to damage if it lets me. If not, then I go durability and control. And if it lets me, then I upgrade it. Then you have to basically keep doing that. And then if at some point it still doesn't let you upgrade it after you've already upgraded everything else, because it's gonna cap you out at some point, because so let's say you're at E-, you upgrade this 3 times, and now it says it requires you to be E+ in order to upgrade your damage again. That means you have to upgrade the overall grade by upgrading all its other stats. So eventually you will have to, max all of it out in order to continue upgrading your damage, which makes sense, right? But yeah, that's the priority for me. That's what's gonna make you do more damage and last longer in missions. Is basically these two. This so you can move around faster. This so you can hook onto stuff a lot easier. This is like the priority that you want to upgrade first, and then obviously these after. But you're gonna have to upgrade everything anyways. But because the game is gonna lock you out of upgrading stats if everything else is not upgraded evenly. And then let's say you're at hard mode, and you just somehow can't clear by yourself, and you've upgraded these to the most bearable you can, and without having to go back a grade to grind gold, I would then say start upgrading your skill tree. Start with the middle tree until you get to the offense perk slot, just because you'll get a decent amount of damage boost from like this, and then you'll get an offense slot. Especially if you're just starting off, I wouldn't really recommend upgrading your tree too much, just because you probably aren't going to have that many good perks anyways. If anything, probably just go here and then work on a perk that you might have picked up. But let's say you're prestige 1. If you're prestige 1, I would recommend upgrading your stuff. For the attack side, I would recommend upgrading the left tree, just because you don't have really any crit that you can work with in your build. Uh, Usually crit comes more so from artifacts and stuff like that, so you're not gonna really have those. So I would recommend the left tree just so you can one-shot stuff at least that you're farming. Um, and then for the support tree, I would say go for the rage side, just because this is a good buff. And then you probably won't have enough to upgrade anything else. And then when you're prestige 2, you would be able to fully upgrade this. And then I would say, well, actually, I for prestige 1, once you get thunder spears, you can reset your tree and go for this tree, just because this skill up here for the thunder spears is really good. It is I think it's like something barrage, hellfire barrage, I think. Yeah, this one's really good for thunder spears, but I wouldn't really recommend you resetting your skill tree because it does cost 1,000 gems. So I would just say, just if you're prestige 1 and you got your thunder spears, just focus on prestiging again. Get to prestige 2. Yeah, once you're prestige 2, I would recommend you going for this tree, just because you probably have better perks now. Definitely for this support tree, and you won't be able to fully finish this one out, but I definitely want you to start working on the tank side, just because it is going to help you live. But yeah, again, yeah, you can reset your skill tree whenever you want. It does cost 1,000 gems, which I don't recommend you do. And whenever you do obtain a Titan Shifter, the skill will go here, and you can equip it. Just like any other skill that you unlock through the skill tree, you can equip onto your bar. And then this is for the perks. So I guess we can move on to perks. For when you're starting off, you're gonna basically only have this body slot here. And the good thing about the body slots is you can equip whatever perk you want onto it. And for beginners, I would definitely say you probably won't have too many perks. So I would say go for Mighty, just so you can get a little bit of damage to maybe one-shot that Titan that you can't one-shot or whatever. Because you can't, not going for crit at such a low prestige with barely any like gear and stuff is not worth it, because your crit will never be good enough. So just go for pure damage when you're starting off. You can upgrade these by enhancing here and sacrificing other perks into it. It does cost you gold, so I would say only do this whenever you can't upgrade your thunder spears anymore comfortably. And yeah, it just gives you a little bit of that extra boost of damage. And once you get the perk slot for the attack slot, you can equip. So these ones only let you equip attack. You can equip another attack slot. So let's say you got lucky and you got a blue one. And let's say you got solo. Where is solo? Is it solo? No, it's forceful. Forceful is another damage boost. So you can have 2 damage boosts. And upgrading both of these up, you're going to be doing fine. You're going to be zooming through your prestiges. So I would definitely recommend upgrading your perks. Obviously I have better perks than the ones I showed you, but this is a beginner's guide. It's not really, if you want to see my build, you can watch the video I made on my build. It's on this channel, and it's on TikTok as well. So feel free to do that if you really want to. So basically, if I were to prioritize it, your weapon is going to be your number 1 damage source. Your perks are going to be your number 2 damage source, and your skill tree is going to be your number 3 damage source in priority, basically. But I guess I can show you how to get your perk or your thunder spears, since I'm talking about them. Thunder spears you can only get after you've prestiged 1 time, and you have to level up to Aberrant again, because some of these quests are locked. The majority of them are locked to Aberrant quests. The one that you can do solo is not. This one can only be done solo because it basically requires you to kill Titans that are special and they have ice burst stones on them. You You have to hit them a certain amount of times so that the stone will blow up, and then you can kill them, and then that'll give you 1 stone. It is RNG, so it's not 100% guaranteed, so you'll probably have to keep doing it. You can always leave the quest once you've killed one, if you don't want to kill all the normal titans because you feel like it's going to take too long. So yeah, this one can and is supposed to be done alone because it's kind of hard to help somebody do this since you can't really kill them for them. And then the rest, you can have somebody help you. There's the one in the outskirts. You have to do the regular outskirts, not the guards or anything like that. It's just the skirmish. You want to collect crates. They're scattered like little Easter eggs. You can easily spot them. They're highlighted by like a yellow circle. You go and grab them and you bring them to a spot towards where you spawned, and you have to find 3 of them. And then there's the second phase where after you've completed it, you have to do the mission again, and then you have to defend the supplies. This is very difficult, and I would recommend you have friends that have thunder spears already to help you, or somebody who has a shifter to help you already. I do help people with this. If you join in my stream, whenever I do stream, I will gladly help you out. It's just, yeah, you can't really do this alone. Then the other one is in Giant Forest. Actually, that was Giant Forest, the one that I just mentioned earlier. Outskirts is the one where you have to create towers by standing in them, and then it takes time for them to get built up, so you gotta be careful because titans are gonna attack you. I would recommend just clearing out the titans in that general area of where you have to build the tower, and then just stand there and wait. You'll have to do this 3 times, and then again you'll have to do the quest again, and then it'll change so that you have to escort a cart pulled by a horse across the map, basically. Again, you're going to need help with somebody who already has thunder spears or a shifter to help you out. And that's it. That's it for the thunder spear quests. So let's go back to the quests. So raids. I would not recommend you do these until you're at least prestige 2. People do them before, it's fine, but they're usually hardcore begging people to carry them. And the worst part about it is the only ones worth doing are Aberrant, because the rates are just so much better. It's 0.53% compared to 0.09, like it's crazy. It's a crazy difference, but I feel like I really don't like carrying people who are under prestige 2 because they usually can't do 5% and they just die, and it's like I can't really do anything about it. I can't help them do more damage because that's them. They have to do the damage. You have to get 5% in order to get the items, the raids. I know you want serums and everything like that, but it's usually not possible unless you have a good build. And hopefully you will have a good build. You at least want thunder spears, and you at least want really good perks. At least legendary perks. If not legendary, then have really good purple perks that give you damage boost that'll allow you to get 5%. But yeah, I feel like female titan, they all have really good drops. Female titan is the best one right now just because the female titan is really strong. This is where you're going to get your artifacts. These 2 artifacts are really good for shifters. And then you get a decent amount of mythic perks from here too. Then the attack titan, this one's really good. The scar and the cloak is alright. The armor titan is more of a support titan. With this one gives you an extra refill station. And then the titan itself is more of a support titan. But this is how you're gonna get your serum. If if not 100% of the people get their serum from here. Some people get lucky in regular quests, but it's really, really, really rare. But yeah, this is gonna be your main source of artifacts, main and only, honestly, which will give you a huge damage boost, especially if you're just starting off. And let's say you get some lucky and you get a mythical perk, that's great too. Okay, but yeah, for raids, I definitely recommend you have Thunder Spears, because if you don't, you'll always get grabbed with when you're using ODM. Then you'll almost always die and not get your percentage in. Okay, and this tab is just to join other people who have posted quests, whether it's raids or missions. But here's one thing that I didn't really do, is the battle pass. The battle pass is free. Surprising, right? Unlike other games. So you just need to spend gems. It only costs like 19,000 gems to unlock the battle pass, and I would say it's very worth it, just because you do get those gems back eventually after, you know, finishing it. But another thing is you get a pretty decent skin. This skin, in my opinion, is kind of ugly, but the past couple of battle pass skins that they had, it was a demonic looking Aaron and a demon looking armor titan. They looked really good. This one, I guess they slacked, but yeah, I would definitely recommend getting the battle pass. It's very easy to complete. You'll honestly complete it as you play the game. You get them by just doing quests, and then there's also weeklies that give you more XP for the battle pass, which is these ones down here. And unlike most games, the skins that you obtain in this game are tradable. So unlike Fortnite, you know, Fortnite you can't trade your skins. Well, in this one you can. So there's like cosmetics for your titans, cosmetic for your weapons. And if you think about it, you know, like Fortnite, some skins don't come back at all from the battle pass. And imagine if you could trade those to people, how much value they would be worth, you know? Well, in this game you can. But yeah, you get easy gems, easy gold here. And I guess moving on to the trading and stuff, the market. This is basically the pay shop. I only received these from people who gifted stuff to me, because you can gift stuff to people, even gems, stuff that you can buy with gems, you can gift to people. But yeah, I wouldn't really recommend you spend money on Robux. I wouldn't recommend you spend Robux on anything in this shop. Maybe if you're trading, maybe if you really want to spend Robux, you can like trade battle pass stuff. Sorry, not battle pass, game pass stuff. And animation packs. You can sell. I don't say sell. You can buy these and then trade them to people. Which is great. I wouldn't recommend you spend gems on these either, just because you'll get these from grinding anyways. You're gonna grind anyways a lot. These as well. You'll just get these from dailies. You'll get these from quests. The perks do rotate. I wouldn't recommend you buy these either unless there's a really good mythic perk that you somehow can't get. And then the cosmetics also swap out. Again, unless it's something you really, really want, I would not recommend you spend on this. But if it's something you really, really want, then go for it, bro. Spins, again, I would save up my gems if I were you. I don't think it's worth it. The gacha is really bad. I've seen people spend 30,000 spins and not get one legendary. But yeah, it's up to you again. I'm not gonna tell you how to play. I'm just gonna tell you what I would do. I wouldn't spend gems on spins, and I would save my gems and spend them on these crates, because these crates are kind of like the battle pass. They're gonna be here for like a good while, and then they're not gonna come back. Next So the current update patch is the Fate series characters. Gilgamesh, Astolfo, I don't know who that is. And then the other one is Demon Slayer stuff. As you've seen, I think I have this one. So the previous one was a Jujutsu Kaisen one and a Bleach one. And then the ones that are coming for update 4 is going to be 2 Naruto boxes. So these ones are going to get rotated out for the Naruto boxes. But yeah, that's what I would recommend you spend your gems on, just so you could, have these cosmetics to trade for stuff that for like valuable stuff, because these will eventually become not available. Like let's say somebody starts in 2 months from now, and you got like a lot of these cosmetics, and they really love Demon Slayer, and they somehow got really lucky and they got like really good perks, mythics, legendaries, serums. You would possibly be able to trade these for maybe even Helios or Fritz and stuff like that. But yeah, that's basically my rundown on this. The shop does refresh every 6 hours. The only thing that changes is the perks and the cosmetics down here. But yeah, that's it for the market. And I guess when I'm talking about trading, keys, that's like the main trading currency that people use. Like if somebody's looking to trade their serum away, but they don't really want anything, they'll ask for keys or scrolls. Just because that's like the base value for everything, because keys are very important. Keys are what you use for doing dungeons, for opening boxes, and those will always have value. Inventory. This is where all your cosmetics are going to go, your serums, your shards, your families, your boosters. Be careful when you're going to equip your stuff. Some people have accidentally sold their serums because you can sell stuff for gems directly here. I only do that for like cosmetic pieces that I have dupes of, like this Hearted Blade. I'll sell them just for a little bit of extra gems. But yeah, you could equip serums here. Here's the serum. You only need one. You equip it basically like a cosmetic, and it allows you to transform. There's a shifter skin. Is the one that I was talking about. It's kind of ugly. Headbands, just cosmetics and stuff. You can actually swap out your families in your inventory as well, so you don't have to go into the customization to change your family. This is skin. You can equip it. Boosters, you can use them here. The cool thing about boosters is they only get used up while you're in an instance. So if you pop one, just keep in mind it's not gonna expire until you start going into quests. Yeah, I mean, I think that's it. Keep a lookout for the new content that's gonna come out. The Colossal Titan. I think it's gonna be pretty cool looking. It's definitely gonna be kind of strong. Hopefully, I'm definitely gonna be really excited to try and get that serum and test it out and see how much potential it has. And then I guess the Naruto cosmetics that are coming, that are gonna replace the new ones. So make sure you get what you want from this market, because these are probably not gonna come back. I say probably because the devs are very like non-transparent and very secretive. They don't really talk about this stuff, but just based off of how long the game's been out, things don't really come back. But yeah, and I guess to wrap it all up, I feel like the game does have like a little bit of a learning curve, but once you understand it, it's pretty easy to get through and kind of rewarding. I would just say focus on getting your weapon grades up, build a solid perk rotation that you have. Like, if you're trying to build thunder spear damage or crit, just make sure you're understanding what each perk does. I would and then once you get to your prestige, once you leveled up, get prestige, make sure you get your thunder spears. And then once you're strong enough, you can do 5% pretty easily in like less than, I want to say, 5 minutes, or 5 minutes. Even 5 minutes is great. I would say start doing raids and get your artifacts so you can become stronger. But yeah, don't get discouraged if you get stuck on grades. I've been there. I've quit. I've come back. Just if you're into the grind, you'll get through it. If you need help, let me know. But if this guide helped you out at all, please like and subscribe to the channel. I'll definitely upload more Attack on Titan content. I do stream it regularly as well on TikTok and Twitch on same name as this channel, SilverSoju. Drop a comment if you have any questions, or so I can better explain some stuff. And I'll have it my Discord as well in the description, where you can like ask questions, or I'll have a link to the value bot so you can see the value of certain items. But yeah, let's run some raid together someday, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.